So rivers are a huge, huge component of the West Virginia landscape. Most people don't think about the importance of rivers and the water in rivers for power production. We typically think, the first thing people think about is hydropower, so a dam and the Hoover Dam producing electricity. But there's a reason, there's more than one reason at least, why there are so many electrical power producing facilities in West Virginia.
Well, in Charleston, I got a sense of uneasiness, to begin with, because most people understood that it was going to be a while before this really had any sort of conclusion.
This was not handled well, in my opinion, at multiple levels. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact we were an uncharted territory. Some of it, I think, of our own making, some of it not. This was a chemical that we knew about and had been a part of the coal industry and the cleaning process for a number of years, but had not been studied very extensively. So we didn't have a lot of information from the scientific community to start with to know, what are the effects? What are the potential hazards? What should we be telling people? And not just as the media, but what should the Department of Public Health be telling people? What should the water company be telling people? And so there was a scrambling at the beginning to just gather information to share.
As a journalist that was covering it, I don't think there was any time to analyze the situation. It was one of those things that we were forced into forced into covering the situation, that any thought about analyzing the situation or evaluating whether or not I wanted to live in Charleston anymore was not even, there was no question, there was no time to make those questions.
But what we saw from that chemical spill is that when we don't have water, it creates a serious, serious situation, and not one that's just, environmentalists care about it. Everybody cares about it. Citizens care about it. Businesses care about it. It's wildly important to us, and we see it when we realize it when it's gone or when it's not available to us. That was the first thing that the chemical spill told us, is just how valuable it is.
To put it very bluntly, the chemical leak into the water system in Charleston was an embarrassment for the entire state that we will feel for years and years to come. We talk so much in West Virginia about wanting to attract outside people to come in and locate here, and a fundamental aspect of that is being able to say that our critical systems are modern and reliable. And what that event has done in a very public manner is said to the rest of the world, no, West Virginia does not have a reliable water system.
The second thing it taught us is that we have to be protective of that water. I mean, we have to be protective of that water because so much of our state, so much of our businesses, our economy depends on it. It is not just people who care about the environment. They care about the environment because of its value to the people that live here.
But I think people really need to advocate for their own safety and for their community's safety, and be informed and hold people accountable. That's media's job. Media is supposed to hold people, particularly government and public officials, accountable. And this was an example where we were able to shine a spotlight through this series of events on big holes in the system. Now it's the public's turn to respond to that and demand action.